What is up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha C Show podcast. Of course, shout out to my YouTube, my podcast fam, hugs and loves, and for the people in the future, thank you. And like I said, I have no problem if y'all want to be part of both my podcast and YouTube. Like I said, you're part of my podcast already, or you're thinking about what you're listening to, and you want to know about the YouTube channel, type in tashactv in the YouTube search and follow me there. And vice versa. For my YouTube people, or if you're liking what you're listening, or basically listening to, more so seeing, just look into the description and see where besides Speaker, if you don't want to don't follow podcasts on Speaker, where else I have my podcast. Now this is a bonus podcast, and I'm using Speaker recording to my little recording studio, basically their app on the Android. So you may hear a landline phone in the background or something like that, clicking notifications. And like I said, when I make bonus podcasts, it's just something I started last year, October the 8th, on YouTube, making a video journey, basically making a video per day, and plan on stopping exactly October the 8th. Now this is different because since this is a different podcast I did, additional. And, hopefully it can last, quite some time, even past a year, depending on how much information, and if I feel like it. So, sorry, y'all, I'm still, I'm getting way better here with my bronchitis and the asthma, but so I still may be a little hoarse. So this is probably not going to be a long podcast neither. This is, of course, maybe volume 41, 42. It'll be in the description, hopefully the correct one, y'all. I've been slipped one a couple times of our Kings and Queens next door. And this is Friday the 13th, March the 13th. Woohoo, y'all, 2020, okay? We'll be okay. Okay, but anyway, the first story, and also this is Women's History Month. So, the first story I wanted to go to, not first story, but first, well, it is actually the first story. We are Push Black on Instagram. Now, when Michelle Benjamin was solicited for sex as a teen, she did not expect her act of self-defense will land her in jail for life. Her first story may shock you. Swipe to read more. And this is really sad because this has been a problem about human trafficking. This is nothing new, unfortunately. And, but let's start a story. Okay, and let me swipe left. She was punished for fighting for her life. As a 16-year-old girl, Michelle Benjamin and her friend were solicited sex by a grown man, predator, in the New Orleans French Quarter. By the end of the night, he was found dead. After turning herself into authorities, Michelle explained how the man pulled out a gun, forcing her to defend herself. The police didn't believe her, wrongly accused her of murder, and she was ultimately sentenced to life without parole in 1996. Michelle was a homeless teen mother, and like many other vulnerable black girls and women, ended up in prison when someone tried to take advantage of her. Now things have changed for her almost overnight. In the 2012 Miller versus Alabama case changed everything for many people, including Michelle. A Supreme Court ruling said states can no longer unfairly sentence children to life without parole. With this move, Michelle was finally given a chance at parole. And on May the 1st, 2019, exactly 25 years from the day she was taken into police custody, Benjamin was released on parole and finally granting a life outside the cell at the age of 41. Whew, bittersweet. Okay. Sorry, y'all, that was actually already up, so I don't want y'all to think it's something like y'all are hearing something wrong. Okay, also more info too. Happy birthday, March the 13th, 1972. The rapper actor Common was born in Chicago, Illinois. Okay. But this was also yesterday. Okay. This is from a site, shout out to So Extra blog. Happy birthday to Courtney B. Vance, also the living legend in the acting field. Today is the birthday of actor Courtney B. Vance. Courtney is best known for his role in Dangerous Minds, The Preacher's Wife, The Law and Order Criminal Intent, The People vs. O.J. Simpson, The American Crime Story, The Photograph, and more. In addition, Courtney has been married to actress Angela Bassett for 20 years. They also have two kids together. They're twins. I think they were from surrogate. I think they're both a girl and a boy. With so much talent, I would wonder if the two compete to be the better actor. Who you think's better actor? Oh, that was they both. I don't know. They both are very extremely talented. Okay. Let's see here. Here's from Black History. Let's go look at this. Kofi Arduino was born March the 13th, 1935, in Gold Coast, Ghana. He was a Ghanaian novelist and poet whose verse has been widely translated and popularized. After graduating in 1960 from the University College of the Gold Coast, now the University of Ghana, Legon, Anor studied at University College London in May 1970, and the State of University of New York at Stony Brook, PhD, in 1972, where he remained on the faculty until he returned to Ghana in 1975 to teach University of Cape Coast. He also lectured in English and African literature at the University of Ghana and directed the Ghanaian Film Corporation, founded by the Ghanaian Playhouse, and served as an editor of the literary journal Amuni as an associate editor transition. In the early 1970s, he served as the chairman of the Department of Common Literature at the State University of New York at Stony Brook. He returned to Ghana in August 1975, see I told you y'all, to teach at the University College of Cape Coast, but that December he was arrested. Okay, why the world? He was arrested on charges of harboring an army an officer accused of attempting a government coup. He later served as Ghana's ambassador to Brazil 1984 to 1988, Cuba 1988 to 1990, and the United Nations 1990-1994. Honor sought to incorporate African Venezuelan traditions, not only to dirge soul tradition of the Iwi people, into modern poetic form. I forgot. Sorry, y'all. I've been mispronouncing words. His major themes, Christianity, exile, and death, important among them, are large from poem to poem in repetition of key lines of phrases that are by use of extended ribbons. Our subsequent volumes of poetry include Night of My Blood, 1971, Ride Me Memory, 1973, The House by the Sea, 1978, and the Latin American Caribbean Notebook, 1992. Howard also wrote the novel My Earth, My Brother, 1971, and two short plays. His nonfiction work includes The Breast of the Earth, a survey of the history, culture, and literature of Africa south of Sahara, 1975, Comes the Voyager at Last, A Tale Returned to Africa, 1992, and An African Predicament, 2006. Wow, this last part. And in 2013 was killed during a terrorist attack on the Westgate Shopping Center in Nairobi. If he would have been alive today, he would have been 84 years young. Oh, God rest his soul. Wow. Whew. Okay. This is Black History. We're gonna go to the website page now. So just give me a minute. Like I said, this is not gonna be long neither. It's probably the next couple ones are not gonna be long neither. Okay. Sorry I didn't already have this on my page tab that I was going to look at. Okay. This time I'm going to switch it up. We're going to go to blackpast.org. If it loads up. Okay. Okay, Annie J. Easley, she was born 1933 and passed away transition in 2011. Okay, let's read about her. Okay, this entry is sponsored by Stephen Jagger. Mathematician Annie J. Easley was born on April 23, 1933 in Birmingham, Alabama to Samuel and Mary Easley. Easley grew up in Birmingham and initially sought to be a nurse, but she soon switched to pharmacy once she started high school. Easley entered Xavier University in New Orleans, Louisiana in 1951. After completing 2 years of study, she returned to Birmingham, and in 1954, she married a man in the U.S. military. Despite not having a BA degree, she began working as a substitute teacher in Jefferson County, Alabama. In between teaching, she helped members of her community prepare for literacy tests required for voter registration. The literacy tests were primarily designed to exclude African Americans from voting. Easley, however, pushed back against discrimination by helping as many as possible to register and vote. In 1954, Easley moved to Cleveland, Ohio, where her husband's family was located. After successfully attempting to continue her pharmacy education, Easley in 1955 read an article highlighting twin sisters who worked as human computers at the Aircraft Engine Research Laboratory in Cleveland, which eventually was absorbed in the National Astronautics and Space Agency, NASA, when it was founded on October 1st, 1958. The article noted that the individuals with strong mathematics skills were needed at the laboratory. Easy immediately applied, and 2 weeks later began her 34-year-long career with NASA as a computer scientist and mathematician. Although she had no college degree, her graduation from high school as a valedictorian, coupled with her work ethic, helped her develop her ability to master complex equations needed for her position. When NASA was created in 1958, she learned that she was one of only 4 African American employees in the computational section. Easy was on the front line for space research and subsequent Space's mission that began with the launch of astronaut John Glenn into orbit in 1962. Her talents were utilized in the computer services divisions, where some of her most early works involved running simulations for the Plum Book Realtor facility located in Sandusky, Ohio. During the early 1960s, Easy began working on nuclear-powered rocket systems, including the single High Energy Booster rocket, which had its first successful launch in 1963. With the advance of the technology, however, Easy soon realized that she would also need additional training. When NASA gradually replaced its human computers with machine computers, she learned computer programming language like Formula Translate Systems, which is Fortran, the Simple Object Access Protocol, SOAP. She returned to school in the 1970s to complete a master's degree from Cleveland State University in 1997 while working full-time. While completing her degree, Easley worked with local tutoring programs, encouraging younger students to explore their interests in what would later be known as the STEM field. Of course, STEM field, y'all, if y'all haven't heard about it, is usually science, technology, engineering, mathematics. I think I remember, okay. And she worked as an equal employment opportunity EEO counselor, addressing race, gender, and age discrimination complaints from NASA employees. Annie J. Easley died on June 25, 2011 at the age of 78. Her legacy continues to inspire college students to make an impact in the STEM field. Sound like I said, excuse me, y'all. Okay, let's see what time it is. Sorry, y'all, I just was looking. Alright, talk about Lucy. Sorry, I just was skipping a couple, y'all. Let's see. I was gonna go to famous African American historical work and go because I know I was trying to originally. We're gonna go to Alice Walker and talk about her, and that'll be our last one for the night. Okay, born in Eaton, Georgia on February 9, 1944, Alice Walker partly spent her life working as a teacher, lecturer, and social worker, but is primarily known as a writer today. Daughter to a maid and a sister to 7 siblings, Walker spent her childhood with little money. She suffered serious eye injury at the age of 8 by being shot by a BB pellet while playing with her brothers. A white scar around her right eye made her really self-conscious and led her to isolate herself from much of the world. However, she engaged herself in reading and writing poetry that soon became her source of enjoyment. Till high school, Walker studied in a segregated institution and became a valedictorian of her batch. She then went to Spelman College in Atlanta, having received a scholarship. Later, she transferred to New York, where she studied at the Sarah Lawrence College. One of her years was spent in Africa as a part of an exchange programming. In 1965 marked an important year in her life as she graduated from college and also published her first short story. Post-graduation, Walker worked as a teacher, lecturer, and social worker. She fought for equal rights being given to African Americans and used the civil rights movement as a medium to achieve this goal. In 1968, her first collection, Poesy Runs, got published. However, she is primarily known for writing novels, and her first work by the name of Third Life Grand Copeland got published in 1970. She experimented with different types of writing ranging from short stories, including In Love and Trouble, to children's books, including Langston Hughes' 11th American Poet. She also played a pivotal role in the black feminist movement going on at the time. In 1983, she coined the term womanism to mean black feminism. She got married in 1967 to Melvin Lethal, who was a lawyer and an activist. They had one daughter, Rebecca, born in 1969. However, the couple got divorced in 1976. She rose to fame in 1982 with her novel, The Color Purple, which highlighted struggles of an African American woman. The novel gained much praise from the critics, and Walker was awarded the Publisher Prize for Fiction and the National Book Award for Fiction in 1983. There has been a film and a musical based on the novel. The Temple by Familiar, 1989, and The Possessing of the Sweet Joy, 1992, are two of her other early works which gained much recognition. And I thought also those were also sequels to The Color Purple. Well, let me continue. In recent years, Walker has continued to establish herself as a versatile writer. In the period from 2004 to 2006, a lot of her work got worldwide recognition. In 2004, her novel, Now is the Time to Open Up Your Heart, was published followed by a collection of essays in 2006, including We Are the Ones We Have Been Waiting For, A Light in a Time of Darkness, There is a Flower at the Tip of My Nose Smelling Me. In 2010, she reestablished herself as a political activist through her written work. In Overcoming Speechlessness, a poet accounts of horror in Rwanda, Eastern Congo, and Palestinian Israel, the writer highlighted her engagement with the group of Women for Women International. Alice Walker's most recent work includes a 2013 book called The Cushion in the Road. Another is a collection of poems known as The World Will Feel Joy, Turning Madness into Flowers. Currently aged 71, Walker continues to impress the world with her marvelous writing skills and is renowned as one of the finest African American writers of all time. And that is it, y'all. Hugs and loves. God bless. Positive vibes. I will see y'all tomorrow with another Our Kings and Queen Next Door. All right, take care of y'all.